And a Larry Barker investigation exposed a Bernalillo County Sheriff's lieutenant abusing overtime. How come he will not be charged? Good evening. Bernalillo County's new sheriff held a news conference this morning to give the results of an investigation into a lieutenant accused of lying and stealing by padding his timesheets. The sheriff and district attorney say there wasn't enough evidence to file charges. As Kim Baez reports, the sheriff is making some changes to stop the abuse of the overtime system.
It's my position that this was an absolute administrative failure.
Bernalillo County Sheriff Dan Houston says what happened last summer with 17-year veteran Lieutenant Jason Katz wasn't right, but it wasn't criminal. A Larry Barker investigation found Katz wasn't always actually on the job. His investigation documented a pattern of abuse over a year's time. Sergeants Brian Lindley and Josh Kingsbury admitted to signing the lieutenant's name on attendance sheets.
There were witnesses that said different things, people that weren't sure. There was really no evidence that we could, point to that say he absolutely wasn't there at that point in time.
Katz himself did not cooperate with the investigation. That left investigators to rely on witnesses. District Attorney Carrie Brandenburg reviewed the case and says there is a lot of contradictory information, but no evidence beyond a reasonable doubt, so they will not file criminal charges. News 13 did find out that one of the deputies who investigated this case is friends with Katz. We asked the sheriff about that.
He advised me that as deputies over 10 years ago, he did socialize somewhat with Lieutenant Katz and that they did have somewhat of a minor social friendship. He advised me that as one of them got promoted, their careers basically went separate directions. Over the past 10 years, they have not had that kind of friendship.
The sheriff and Brandenburg both say they are confident there was not a conflict of interest. There will also be no administrative action taken against the lieutenant or sergeants because the sheriff says he believes bad policy is to blame, a policy that has now been changed. An internal order has gone out saying no more rubber-stamped signatures, deputies signing the names of others, or overtime slips being filled out days later. There's also a clear order that deputies shall remain physically and actively present at tactical operations for their duration, and all overtime needs to be authorized by the highest-ranking supervisor.
They understand it that I expect sergeants, lieutenants, and captains and chief deputies to hold their people accountable, to know what their people are doing, where their people are.
Kim Baez, KRQE News 13.
If you would like to read the complete new policy implemented for the Sheriff's Department, you can go to our website at krqe.com.